Welcome to another OTG video. Today we're working at LSIA Fire Station 51.
ARFF 151, respond to the fuel spill at Devon Weston FBO. Time of alarm 0945, incident number 127. Central clear.
Here we go, first run of the shift. An aircraft was overfilled with Jet A and the excess fuel spilled out through one of the surge tanks onto the tarmac, in this case about 75 gallons. Crews are soaking up the jet fuel with a powder-like absorbent and sweeping it up. Our job once we arrive on scene is to be there in case the Jet A ignites. Airport operations is already there waiting on us. Driving the apparatus is engineer Bob Clark, who is working overtime from 32s. His niece, Mary Clark, works for airport operations and is on this incident. As Bob and Mary quickly catch up on family matters, Mary explains to him what happened and what the crew foreman said regarding how long the cleanup will take. The Bombuska is a very old aircraft, and sometimes an air bubble burp within the fuel system results in a spill. Maybe the aircraft is not fond of this flavor of Jet A. After checking for any possible sources of ignition, Bob makes his way back to the ARFF apparatus. As the crew on the fire apparatus has their turret aimed at the spill, Bob says to his niece that they need to have a family gathering at his house since he hasn't seen Mary in such a long time. Mary agrees and promises to drag her dad, his brother, to the get-together, kicking and screaming if need be. Now it becomes a waiting game watching the ground crew clean up the mess. Mary decides to take a load off in the comfort of air conditioning. She has to hang out with the fire department and notify the tower when they can use this part of the tarmac after the cleanup is complete.
Quint 51, automatic alarm. LSIA International Terminal, time out 10:33, incident number 213, central clear.
You probably wondering how a County Quint got assigned to a city airport station. More on that later. Right now, a fire alarm has been tripped at the international terminal. These are chronic calls. Everything from cleaning products used by the janitorial staff, a hot kitchen in one of the terminal's restaurants frying up some delicious bacon, a passenger waiting for their flight smoking in a non-smoking area, to a bird on a wire can trip these sensitive and sometimes faulty smoke detectors. A water flow from a pop sprinkler head can also trip the alarm system. So let's go make sure it's not a real fire. Great. We got a reset at the panel in the fire control room. Nothing happening, another bird on a wire, and we notified airport operations of the reset. So what about this county rig? Well, a pilot program to add a truck company to the area due to a lack of coverage gave the county the idea to put one of their Quints at 51s. The city was strapped for cash, so they didn't waste any time falling over themselves agreeing to the plan. It was supposed to last 6 months as a test, having city and county firefighters working together in the same firehouse. That was over a year ago, and it is being considered a success. It was also a precursor to Governor Jock Cranley's push to consolidate all 3 fire departments on the island into San Andreas Fire Rescue. Only the federal fire department at Fort Zancudo will remain a separate department under the governor's plan.
Engine 11 with Medic 51 respond to the diabetic problem at the Viceroy Hotel and Resort, 447 East Palomino Avenue, Cross Street, South Rockford Drive. Front desk will escort to patient. Time of alarm 11:47, incident number 291. Central clear.
Vespucci Beach engine. 11 does not have a paramedic ambulance in their district. 51's is the closest as the crow flies, but as the ambulance drives, they have to go around the marina to get to the calls at the beach. 51's other paramedic ambulance, Medic 55, is out of service for this shift due to the paramedic shortage on the department. Oh dear, we'll let Central know to send out PD for this fender bender. We gotta push on. Our patient was unconscious in his room with extremely low blood sugar reading of 31 on the glucometer. We gave him an amp of D50 and he woke right up. He states he still feels weird and wants to go to the hospital. Since we're on this side of town, we're going to Mount Zona Hospital in Rockford Hills. Engine 11 is staying behind to do some remedial building familiarization of the hotel to stay up on the target hazards in their district.
Engine 41, Truck 411, Heavy Light Force 51, Engine 9, Medic 19, and Battalion 75. Structure fire, 3381 Forum Drive, Cross Street, Strawberry Avenue. Time of alarm 1901, incident number 5, 79 TAC channel 22.
We got to drive around this horseshoe to get off the airport. 41s is extremely fast getting out of quarters, so we weren't going to beat them into the fire anyway. AI doing AI stuff. They'll catch up.
Central from Truck 411. Station 41 on scene, two-story garden-style apartment building, nothing showing. Citizen reports a water heater closet fire being held in check by garden hose. Hold the assignment emergency while we investigate.
Units responding to Station 41's incident continue through emergency.
Truck 411 from Light Force 51 coming on scene. How can we help you?
51s go ahead and stage next to our apparatus while we check for extension. We got a knockdown. I'm going to hold you guys and return everyone else.
Okay, 41s is kicking us loose. A lady was shooting bug spray into the water heater closet. The flammable vapor from the fumigant reached the pilot light on the water heater and flashed. Someone was also storing some rags in the tiny closet, and they too ignited. A fire ensued, engulfing the entire area on the outside of the building. A pair of quick-thinking civilians grabbed a garden hose to put out the fire, and the woman dialed 911. I bet that flash of the fire and the heat radiating off of it scared the shit out of her. Thankfully, she didn't get injured other than her pride. Never store anything close to a water heater, and that's our tip for the day. Well, we're going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching and see you next time.